Let's go. Third. One of you go down. We ask for three.
Third person in.
One more person. Go. One of you go. Not the kids. Go. Go. Kids, hey. Go.
Make sure you're pointing to another person. Who's your partner? Point to them. And make sure there are no two people pointing to the same person. Okay? Here, you're not pointing. Point. Okay.
Alright. Ready?
This side today, Sunset?
You're not full today, just this side.
Okay, so right here. Right here.
Help them figure it out.
Right there.
Ready to go. Okay, and then, so we have one extra now. Alright? You guys.
Yes, sir.
somebody else has to move down, right? The last 2 times, somebody's had to run down to the end because they figured out that they didn't have a partner. So let's rotate and see if we can get it right this time.
Very good. Very good. Good time.
So you have to pay attention. Right? Most of you go here, and you hit somewhere up like this. So when I hit, here's a move until I touch him, right? So I'm here, I hit man, now he moves, right? If he moves before, right, so I'm moving, go like this. I'm moving straight as you go, right? So now I have to turn this way again. It's no good. You have to stay there in the lane, right? See, that's easy. That made me look good because he received in a nice way. That's your job as one that. Make your partner look good. Make the strikes easy for them, right? Don't just stand around and go, oh, I hate this receiving, I want to hit. Which is what we all do. Don't get to be like, go out or something. And then it's like, oh, well, that is interesting now, right? But if you're going to really progress, you have to start developing the understanding of how to receive. And for the people who are stopped out and above, when you're receiving, don't be lazy here, right? So if I'm receiving him, I'm looking, he's going to go hit man. I look, oh, he likes to hit his back here, right? When did he raise up? All those things are making a pattern, right? He's going to say, okay, I see. I'm making a pattern of how he likes to hit. So if I replace him, I understand what his pattern is, and I can take advantage of it. If I'm just like thinking about, oh, what am I going to have, pizza, oh, whatever. Right? None of that good stuff that I can learn about how he's hitting is going to register with me. So don't be one of those people. Pay attention. Pay attention to the sometimes I do counter waza in my head against them, right? So he'll be here, I'll just receive like that. Right? I'll do things like that. It's so easy, right? It's so easy to receive. Okay? Alright, let's try again. Rotate. Man. movement. So it's important after you finish to have your shinai, you come back and shoot on. The reason why is he's going to do the proper thing and he's going to follow me right after I hit. So I'm going to go here. Oh, this isn't good, right? This is what happens to you if you're not ready. You turn around and now you're like, oh, like you even try some kind of like, you know, funky thing, right? So you have to after you hit. Stop. I'm right here, ready. Right? Back in the shoot out. That's what I'm telling you. Don't get these habits where somebody you turn, you hit them in, and then you do this underneath, like that. Why are you doing this? You can see. This is video, right? So don't do those things. And then here, come right back afterwards. Be ready to protect yourself. Right. So rotate it in. And this time we're going to put that. So remember with put that, don't overhit one of the small people. Don't move overhit the people with very thin put that. Right? Put that isn't about the force of how you hit. It's your fingers, right? Very right. You don't need a big strike with it. It's all here. That's it. Right? Some of you people think. Right? Like you're looking for a turkey bone. Right? Sometimes like that. Trying to put it that hard, it's very difficult. It makes you slow. Right? So most times you see put it, you watch films and Shiai stuff, what does it look like? It's here super fast, right? Doesn't need to be heavy, it needs to be quick. Get your hands out, and really, that's it. Alright? Alright, let's try. Put that. Then you're like, oh, okay, I can hit it from there. Now maybe you want to try a little further from that. All right? But get the distance where you can hit it comfortably and make it clean tight before you try other things. Okay? So rotate. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of what I call break-in technique. So how you break into the other opponent when you're not quite sure about, how to make a point, right? It's a little bit difficult. So in order to do this, we'll first do it where that person's not doing sime, and then we'll do it with that person doing sime. But first technique we're going to do is here, you're going to hit kore. Okay? So this is kind of a simple one. You're here, you hit, right? I have to get here underneath the middle of his shinai. And I'm hitting, right? Don't go sideways. Right here, and hit, right? That's all it is, okay? So, the important thing is you're here, right? Whatever happens, get in close. If you miss it, you don't want to be hanging out in no man's land, right? You want to be up here, okay? So, this is good if you have a person who's like, you think their kote is strong, or like they get a lot of close, they keep getting close. Just do that. But you can't wait too long. Right? If he comes in, now I don't want to do it, it's too late. I can't even get my shinai. Once I'm here, it's too close. He's going to be able to suppress me. So I have to be able to, when he comes in, there, right? You have to see that distance in the hit. Okay? So the motion at the beginning is just that. Okay? So let's try. 5 times. So, the key to doing this kind of waza is you have to have a good camaraderie yourself. If you're doing these kind of things, it makes it that much more difficult because it's hard for you to get centered on what the right attack point is on that person should not, right? It can be done. There are a lot of people who have those kind of waza where they're this, and they go, right? But wait until you're a little bit more advanced before you try things like that. The simplest thing to do is just come in with a nice kamai here and hit, right? Again, we're just learning the basics of these techniques now. So get to a comfortable distance where you know you can hit it correctly before you try like other stuff, right? Just get here where it's comfortable and then hit. Okay? It's not a heavy technique. Most of the techniques that actually really work well in Kendo are very slight techniques, right? They're very gentle, right? They're just here, you hit. It almost feels like you didn't get touched at all, right? Those techniques work. If I go too heavy, now it's like I'm so high here, and because I hit him so hard, he's going to instinctively just react. So a lot of times when counters come back and hit, you can't get it, right? So you have to, it's like if you're going to approach a tiger, just be gentle. You need to give a little pet to you. You can pet it, right? But you're like, oh, tiger, right? It's going to eat you right away. Just don't be so strong. Just be, oh, nice. Ready? Okay? Rotate if we did, let's go. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to say about that one is the footwork in this. Some of you guys, your footwork's almost like hook and then when you're trying to do it. So that's a little awkward. So when you hit this, you have to be, I hit right before my foot hits the ground. So in slow motion, it's, I'm going, I've already hit, and then I come in, right? So that's the timing, right? It's here, and then I'm hitting, okay? So now we're going to do a suppression on the other side, right? So this time we're going to suppress them, we're going to hit mid. So all we're going to do is be here and hit, right? So again, this is very gentle waza, right? Don't do those kinds of things that won't work. You have to just be here. I just need a little brush to the side, and I can get it, right? So I'm here. See, now I'm in. I just gotta go, right? Footwork is the same as we did with the kote. I haven't touched the ground, and now I hit. Right, so when you're in the air, now you're touching down, okay? So the way I always think of the foot is about midway through is where I want to be making contact, right? So I'm here, and then as I start to fall, gravity takes over, that's when I'm going to hit, okay? So let's try that. when your opponent just starts to go. Okay? So if he's just going to go come hit, right? And then I hit. Catch the timing perfectly there. Right? And if the reason I'm doing that is maybe I'm not sure if he's going to go or not. And so I just do it. It looks really nice when you hit it that way because of the timing that you catch. Right? So you can do that in two instances. Either when you're here and the opponent does nothing, the opponent does nothing, right? And so you're like, oh, I don't know what to do here. Right? And you go. Or you're here, and in this case the opponent comes forward, right? And you hit it. Okay? So you can do that in either one of those instances, right? All right, let's try again. Rotate, breathe. Okay. Now, this one we're going to do a variation on that. And this is your Pokemon. I'm tied. So this is actually one of my, I'm really desperate for a point. This is kind of like a man, if I'm in Chudan, that I hit, right? And this is like, Ishida Sensei or Osaka Police, like taught me this one, right? So it's the same kind of distance you're here, except when you go, you're going to put all your weight behind your shinai. So you're going to literally like hold his shinai back. There's no way that they can resist it because literally all of my weight, right? At this point, everything is behind that. So his hands are going to go down, right? And so, especially if the person likes to play close to here, then you hit, okay? So you hit that weight over the shinai, right? Here, and then you just hit, right? So it's very difficult. You can't make that mistake of being too close, right? It's hard to do if you're way out here, right? Because you don't have enough of the shinai, you want to get the tip. So when you're sort of here and you're like, oh, and then you go, all right? So again, this is a little bit more of advanced wada, but the time the footwork is, you're here, same way, but right that way. And right, your hands are going to go a little bit to the side on this one, right? But try not to like push that way. You're just pushing down. And as you get in here, you're going to be a little bit to the side like this, and then you have to go immediately, right? Okay. So let's try. basically when you're going in and you're already sort of close distance here, right? But it's stalemated with your opponent, right? So both of you want to hit, but it's really tense. And then, we make one at the same time, right? So we're both like this. And we're like, oh, what do we do? You can't hang around here for long. You're going to get hit. So immediately when you get here, you have to be home, right? That's the feeling. Some of you, I know it's kind of like the first time you've done this, you're doing this and you're super slow. Oh, and that won't cut it, right? You have to really okay? Let's try.
My plan is not this.
and then I'm trying to hit. You can't get to inside there, and then you're trying to think about what to do. You gotta already have like, you know, a couple of shots teed up, right? And then if the opponent does something funny, you can readjust. But you should lead with one or two already that you have your mindset, right? So you will have seen this person. You've been out there for a minute or so. You should know already what some of their tendencies are, and you should have one of those options queued up for you, okay? So rotate if we did. if you're going to try to go on a GI, I would finish to protect yourself so that you don't get hit right away, right? So the reason you don't see go a lot in tournaments is because one, it's a very difficult waza to get scored for you, right? And two, when you hit it, you're pretty much open afterwards, right? And so you have to know what to do. So when you hit go, right? Go! So right now here, I can't see my opponent, okay? If I turn like this with my shinai out in front of me, right? He's going to hit me. If he hits me on the side of the head, it's a point, right? If he hits me basically anywhere but the back of the head, it will be a point. And so this is a really dangerous situation to be in, right? So he knows he can't hit me in the back of the head, so he's waiting for me to pick a side to turn. If I turn this way, he's going to hit me over here, right? So you have to don't turn this way because how are you going to get your sword in front of you to protect yourself if you turn the wrong side out, right? So your sword is on the left side. So what I prefer to do when I turn is I just let it collapse back. So if he comes running in now, that's what he's going to get, right? So you can do it. So I turn around my sword. I let it as if I'm already standing there, right? Now my sword's there, and then I just take the position, okay? So it makes it difficult because if I hit down here, right? He needs this line for him to get the point. But my sword's on that line now. So when I turn, even if he hits something, if I just leave my hands here, this won't be point. Right? It will be nothing. Okay? But most of you won't have the composure to actually do that. So your other option is, you're here, you hit the, you're looking, no pointing, go out of bounds. Take the hands if you can, take it, right? It's only a warning. It's not great, but it's better than getting hit. So if you hit that and you know, and usually this only happens because one of two things. You're either too slow, so you go, right? That's why you see when we normally practice we hit it. I get to sprint away so I have room where I know he didn't chase me. I can hear his footsteps. He's not right behind me. Right? And all the time you're hitting, right? I'm looking. Flag up? No. way, you can't do this. You can't hit go, oh, and then your sword goes down like this. Or now you can't go from here right back. So you don't need to do that motion. You hit go, oh, right here. Right? Just come a little bit in front of your hip like this. And then again, it's not body turning around like that and hitting. Oh! Right? Leave the sword. So like your sword's on a pole, and you pivot your body around, right? Don't be here and do this kind of big motion with that. The more space I give here, oh! If I give space here, see, I'm making distance for him. It's a perfect distance for him to hit. So I don't want to be far, right? I'm here. I want to here and come in, right? It's me who have a move to hit. All right? That's what I look for. Rotate. Good spot.